Karen, and I'm here to review this, the Drops of Youth by The Body Shop Youth Liquid Peel. I had a look to see what reviews were out there and what people were thinking about it. I sometimes do that, sometimes not. There seems to be a lot of reviews of the whole system together, using the essence that goes with it, and also I think there's a moisturiser and there is some kind of serum. I may briefly look at those later today, but I just wanted to use this on its own and see what I thought. This was actually recommended to me by Liz Ann Loves, one of my viewers, so thank you so much for that. I read that comment the other day just before I was leaving the house to go to a shopping centre, and I was delighted because where I was going they had a Body Shop. But before I went into the Body Shop, I was doing lots of samples on my hands, you know, swatching lipsticks and eyeshadows and all sorts. And of course I'd wiped them off with tissue. I think I may have even used a wet wipe, but by the time I got into the Body Shop, I thought, well, that's the perfect place to put this, to try the tester of this. So I put a little bit on my hand like this, rubbed it in, and instantly it was white and it had taken everything off, and I was like, okay, sold. And because this is a product that isn't, I'm not putting it on my skin to stay on my skin, I'm not too concerned with the ingredients, which as I always say, that's not necessarily correct. That's just the way that I do things. And I of course am going to discuss the ingredients with you today. But I was like, that would be brilliant, because you guys know I have this problem with my tan disappearing from the wrinkles in my neck basically, and I thought it would be ideal to use on my neck to really exfoliate it and see if that would help. If it looks like I'm trying to hide my nails at any point, it's because I am, because they are on my list of to-dos today, but I won't get to it until this afternoon when Puppy isn't here. But anyway, the key as well as being a good product. So as usual, I'll read you the claims from the website, tell you about the ingredients, and then tell you how I found it, and hopefully I'll manage to do a demo for you at some point. So it's called Drops of Youth Liquid Peel. It is £18 for this bottle, so there's 145ml in that. You can see I've used just up to about there, and I've used it about 3 or 4 times, something like that. So it says the new Drops of Youth Liquid Peel exfoliates and gently peels off impurities from your skin, lifting dead skin cells and residuals. This revolutionary gel to peel leaves skin clean and purified from the day's pollutants. Continued use will leave a fresh, smoother and more luminous, youthful looking skin. And then there's just some bullet points which says it instantly feels like dead skin cells are lifted, peels off impurities and pollutants, skin feels cleansed from day's pollution, and that's it. So let me go through those claims. So it says it's a liquid peel that exfoliates and gently peels off impurities from your skin. The first thing I would note there is it's definitely gentle. I saw it working on my hand, but I expected for some reason when I put it on my face to feel some kind of stinging or something, but it's very, very gentle. You don't feel anything, but you do see your skin balling up, you know, and it taking off extra dead skin. It's quite gruesome really, but it's also quite satisfying, as I'm sure you'll agree. But it is very gentle. Peels off impurities from your skin, yes. Lifting dead skin cells and residuals, yes. Gel to peel, yes. So it comes out as a gel. You can see that it's a gel in there. You put a pump on your hand. You don't need very much at all. Rub it into your skin for 20 seconds, and as you are rubbing your skin, it starts balling up, which is funny because when things ball up, it can be really annoying when it's part of your skincare. It says leaves skin clean and purified from the day's pollutants. It definitely leaves your skin feeling really clean and soft. Continued use will leave a fresh, smoother and more luminous, youthful looking skin. I would imagine it would actually, because you know, the more of the dead skin cells you're removing and the more you're exfoliating, as long as you don't overdo it, then your skin is going to look more radiant. Like I said, I've used it, when I say about 3 or 4 times, I haven't used it in a concentrated form 3 or 4 times. I mean, like I used it about twice on my full face, and then I've been sort of what's the word, experimenting on my neck to see how much of the fake tan it will take off. So that's everything for their claims. Then on their how to use, it says to use it 2 to 3 times a week. So it says dispense 2 pumps onto fingertips, massage onto face for 20 seconds until the residue appears and are peeled off, then rinse thoroughly with warm water. What I've been doing is using about 1 pump on my face, and I think you could use an additional pump on your neck. I think if you use too much, it takes a lot longer to get that sort of peeling effect, and obviously it would run out quicker. I've just been using my simple micellar water to remove the little bumps and whatnot. I haven't actually been rinsing it because you guys know I generally don't do my skincare in the bathroom. I did do it once in the shower, and it's definitely a lot easier to just rinse it off, but if you don't want to, you can just use your micellar water or toner or something like that to take all the little exfoliating bits off. Okay, so ingredients. The number 1 ingredient is water. The number 2 ingredient is denatured alcohol. So obviously if you don't like to use alcohol in your products, then this might be a no-no for you. Like I said, rightly or wrongly, I don't mind using it in products that I'm not keeping on my skin, depending on other products in there, etc. It has glycerin and castor oil in it, which are both moisturising, so I suspect that's why after you use it, it doesn't make your skin feel tight. And then there are some ingredients that I have never heard of, but when I look them up, they seem to be really beneficial ingredients. A lot of them sort of new anti-aging ingredients that are fairly natural, but of course they don't yet have huge amounts of research behind them, but they're really interesting ingredients. It does have linalool and citronellol in the middle of the ingredients, and those are fragrances, and I can sometimes be irritated by those, but my skin doesn't feel irritated at all. That doesn't mean that it isn't irritating my skin, but I'm okay with that because, like I said, I'm not keeping it on my skin, I'm rinsing it off. It's got sodium hyaluronate, which is obviously a great moisturising product to have in there as well. And I think that's really all there is to tell you about the ingredients. I'm pretty happy with the ingredients. Whether it would be good for sensitive skin or not, I don't know. Because of the linalool and citronellol, I would say, again, be wary. You'll know yourself what you are and aren't allergic to or sensitive to. Even though it's got the alcohol in it, I think for dry skin you would be okay as well, because it's got the castor oil, the glycerin, the sodium hyaluronate. It's got quite a few things that are going to help counteract any drying effect, so I think that this is probably okay for most skin types. Like I said, the only one I would be wary of is if you've got very sensitive skin. So that's everything that the Body Shop says about it. Let me tell you how I found it. So I used it exactly as they said. Like I said, I put pump in my hand, one on my face and one on my neck, and just sort of rubbed it in, and it starts doing that balling up thing. And yeah, it's pretty gruesome, but it's also quite satisfying and feel like it's really cleansing your skin. But what I wanted to see was, would it do it if I did a second application? Like, was it just a reaction of the ingredients? Because that was a possibility in my mind, that it, no matter how clean or not clean or whatever your skin was, that it might just cause that reaction, because it would then cause us all to love the product, if you see what I mean, and it is going to make your skin feel soft. So I used it a second time, and I have to say it doesn't work where you've already used it and have got as clean as you can, if you like. So it works a lot better for me on my chin area, but I used it a second time on my cheeks, and it was just, there wasn't any balling up happening. So that's a really good sign to me, because it means it is actually really exfoliating and it's not just a reaction of the ingredients. How cynical does that make me sound? A huge corporation, and I'm saying, well, maybe they've just made it look like it's exfoliating and it's not really. That's not really what I meant. I don't mean that it would have done nothing, but there are some products that we like because of the way that they act, like things that are foaming. The foaming doesn't actually do anything, but we really enjoy the fact that it foams, you know. Anyway, so I really like this. I think that it's really effective, and I think that my skin feels really nice after using it only a few times on my whole face. Like I said, I've been sort of messing around with it on my neck. I thought that I had got everything off my neck. I've used it twice on my neck, but looking in the viewfinder there still seems to be a white line in my wrinkle from my tan, where my tan is fading. So it's obviously not taken off every part of my tan. But funny enough, the lady in the Body Shop that I bought this from, she was saying that's exactly what she uses it for. She uses it on her neck and face to kind of take off any old tan when she's putting new tan on. So I don't know that it's going to be particularly ideal for that, but depending on what I see looking back at me, I think it will definitely help. And I will probably put a self tan on tonight, and what I'll do is I'll take my makeup off, use this, and then I'll probably also do a physical exfoliation, you know, either with a scrub or with, I've got these little kind of loofahs that I use on my neck to try and get every bit of tan off before I do another tan. So I'll see if that helps things. But even if it wasn't for that, I think I would continue to use this, and probably would use it a couple of times a week, because that, like I said, it's really satisfying. It does, my skin feels very soft and sort of plump, and yeah, really nice. So I've really enjoyed it so far. I'm trying to think, is there anything else to tell you? And I don't think there is. It's a lovely packaging. I've told you skin type's price. Obviously it's only available in the Body Shop. How it feels, I don't know if it will work well long term. What I noticed where there was a lot of 28-day challenge reviews on YouTube, but they had used this plus 3 other products. So I don't know whether in 28 days my skin would feel a lot different than it does now after only having used it for less than a week. So at the moment, I'm going to write this on my favourites list for February, my February favourites. So I write down things that I love immediately, and then when it comes to the beginning of March, when I do my video, I have a look at that list to find out, are they still a favourite? So if you see it in that favourites video, then you'll know that I've continued to love it. If you don't see it in that, then it will either appear in my empties and fails, or it's just a kind of blah product, if you like. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've bought this and used it and what you think of it, and what results you've had, especially if you've been using it for longer than me, because I don't think this is just out in the last week or so. You know, I think it's been out for a while. That's everything. I will quickly tell you what I've got on. I've got on the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Foundation in 005. It's my lightest colour of that, because actually I think my tan is darker on my neck at the moment, isn't it? There's no tan on my face at all. I used the palette called the Vegas Nay palette by Too Faced. It's one of their limited edition ones. I used the Barry M lipstick in Go To, and then I'm thinking, what did I use on my cheeks? Oh goodness, I can't even remember. Oh, I used Nars Sin. After doing that tutorial, I really enjoyed using my Sin blush and how it looks. I just think it looks like a really natural flush, or maybe not natural, but it looks like a nice flush anyway, so I used that. That's everything. Thank you very much for watching.